I still can't believe that the planets aligned, allowing me to visit Epic Universe during their last day of previews. As expected, the park was busy, but it didn't deter me from getting on every ride that I wanted to experience. Being a coaster nerd, Hiccup's Wing Gliders was obviously one of the attractions high up on my must-do list. After getting 2 rides, it became clear to me that not only is this a great family coaster, but one of the best attractions in the park. Hiccup's Wing Gliders is located inside the Isle of Berk portal, all themed to the highly popular How to Train Your Dragon series. This roller coaster dominates the entire land, wrapping in and around multiple attractions. As for the ride's stats, there is not much available. The ride features 2 launches, but its max height, length, and even top speed is somewhat of a mystery. I was able to find something online saying that the ride reaches speeds of 45 miles per hour, but nothing confirmed by Universal. Before I continue on with this express review, please do me a favor by clicking on that like button. Newcomers to my channel that love roller coasters and theme parks, be sure to follow. Presentation-wise, Hiccup's Wing Gliders is a slam dunk. The animatronics you encounter throughout the ride are very well done, especially the full-size Toothless that sends you on your merry way. I remember watching a POV of the ride prior to visiting the park and was concerned that the theming wasn't fully complete. You could see some of the backstage areas in that video, but thankfully, that wasn't the case while on the coaster. I was fully immersed in the story that was being told from the great onboard audio that was playing clips of the incredible How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack. My favorite use of interaction would be the water as you glide through the harbor, diving under a bridge. There are water cannons in use that simulate the sensation of the coaster like bouncing on top of the water. The train design is also well done. Well, they're not anything special like the trains on Hagrid, but fit in well for the Isle of Berk. They work perfectly for the story that is being told, as you are literally riding on these wing gliders but without the wings until you work your way into the workshop. But as Hiccup is trying to install, Toothless hits the launch button and sends you out of the workshop, and chaos ensues. The little event areas that the coaster travels through are all immersive, especially as I just mentioned there about the workshop. The Nook with the dragon eggs looks a lot better in person than from a POV video. Also, that final building you fly through after the second launch has a lot of fun head chopper moments. I was a little worried prior to riding that this would feel like an incomplete ride that was striving to be a smaller version of Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, but that was not the case. The ride feels like a complete package with its own unique charm. This roller coaster travels to the entire Isle of Berk, yet also not being the complete center of attention. Basically, it blends in well with the theming, which is the sign of a great themed attraction. As I mentioned earlier, this is a family roller coaster, so ride intensity isn't going to be a huge factor in this review. With that said though, there is one section of the ride that provides some stronger G-forces more than I was expecting. The helix after gliding over the water really packs a punch and will even cause your lap bar to tighten a smudge. Speaking of the lap bar, let me discuss my only real complaint of this ride, and that would be the seat and restraint. Because this ride is designed for smaller guests, the restraints don't quite fit taller guests like myself. I had to scooch forward in the seat to allow the lap bar to go down far enough. The lap bar also doesn't lock in place either, meaning it can't get loose, but it can tighten throughout the ride, which can be annoying. Hiccup's Wing Gliders is not an overly intense coaster because that's not the focus of the ride. The presentation and execution of its story is what makes this such a re-rideable attraction. Hiccup's dialogue changes with each ride. I'm not sure how many recorded scenarios there are, but he will say different things when you are near the exploding eggs or after Toothless launching you out of the event building. I couldn't help but not have a giant smile on my face each and every time the roller coaster returned to the station. This is a very fun ride that the whole family can enjoy together. Another area I was pleasantly surprised with is the operations. The ride functions with multiple trains that hold 20 passengers. The ride utilizes a switch table station, meaning 2 trains can be loaded nearly at the same time. I didn't track their dispatch times, but it was averaging around 1 minute per dispatch. At that rate, this coaster is able to handle about 1,200 riders an hour. There were times in the day I saw them moving faster, so the upside is pretty impressive. Now, judging the roller coasters in the park, Stardust Racers is the best, but there is something about this ride that really engaged me, making it my favorite attraction in the park. I love it when a roller coaster is able to tell a great story and use excellent theming, all things that Hiccup's Wing Gliders excels at. My overall score, taking into consideration that this is a family roller coaster, will be a perfect 10. Fans of How to Train Your Dragon series are going to love this ride. Even if you know little about this series, the theming and storytelling is good enough to keep you hooked. Outside of my small complaint with a lap bar, there is nothing I would change about this ride. It accomplishes what it sets out to do, and that's being a fun family coaster. Well, that's going to conclude my express review of Hiccup's Wing Gliders. Until next time, this is X Scream Thrills.